Hi, Erica. I'm Pam Waldrop, and I'm president of Fotofoto Gallery. And I want to welcome you and thank you very much for participating in our gallery talk series. Um, we're looking forward to hearing about your piece.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Very excited to talk about the artwork.
Great. And that's what we want to start with. If you could tell us a little bit about the work that is in the exhibition, just tell us a little bit about the piece.
Okay, so I have two pieces in the show. One is called Hear My Heart, which is my son in a suitcase. And that is part of a series called Unborn. And basically, I was playing with the whole metaphor of if you have to leave somewhere, what is the most important things that you will take with you in a suitcase? If you can take one or two things, what will you put there? And it would be him. I will leave everything behind and then just put him in there and flee away to wherever we have to go. And during the time of creating those series, it was all about leaving a very abusive relationship and becoming myself as an artist, as a mother, and starting brand new in a new place. So that's where the series was born.
It's a very tender, beautiful image. I love the sense of protectiveness in it. I know you have a second image too that is equally intriguing.
Yes, the other one is called After, and that was pretty much dissecting my body after having a baby. I went from being a very sporty person in really good shape to having all this extra skin and flabbiness, and I sank in a little bit of a depression. And instead of feeling sorry for myself and trying to take pills to lose the weight, I started to photograph my body as it was changing throughout, from birth and then 6 months, 9 months, a year, and so on. And this was just exploring my body and my new self, and becoming happy with it.
I'm curious. It's so beautifully printed. And I want to ask you more about the material that you chose as well. But I'm also curious as to why you chose the format of a triptych instead of one single image.
I think I started to photograph pieces of my body, and I thought I was going to go for like a Hockney, just kind of piece my whole body back together with like different perspectives. And then as I was going through the process, like my knees and my hands were kind of like the only body part that remained the same throughout everything. And then the biggest change was the torso area, like my stomach. And so I decided to put the two areas of the body that did not change whatsoever, and then encase the one that did the most change in the middle, kind of just to, I guess, at the end of the day, keep myself sane from going crazy or being too critical of how my body changed, knowing that, there's parts of your body that are going to come back to normal or they never change. And there's other ones that I will never go back to its original form.
I was wondering also, in looking at your images, like where you might be going from here now, if this is a jump off point for a series, or where do you think your photography taking you to next?
So right now, I am creating a new series, and it was pretty much a culmination of 2020 and all the crazy things of being isolated, losing family members, and unable to go to the funeral or be there with them during the hard times. So I started this new series, still in the works. It's self-portraiture, and I am just going to different states and different places, from indoors to outdoors, and kind of recreating how time is so fragile and it passes so quickly if we don't really pay attention to what we're doing on a daily basis. So it's starting. I have about 5 pieces done. So I think there's new work happening. And I feel back to semi-normal stage after all this COVID 2020 being isolated at home. So self-portraiture, it's coming back.
I'm wondering also if you might share with us some of your thoughts about the show in general.
I absolutely loved it. You guys went above and beyond with this whole virtual gallery, new way of seeing work. The work, every single piece was absolutely beautiful, and the way it was placed, the order, it really created a relation between images where photographers from all over the States almost felt like we knew each other, because it's just intimate and it has a story flowing throughout from beginning to end. So I absolutely loved it. I go to your website every so often and I look at it, and so I'm there like every other day.
I love that observation, that it almost felt like the photographers knew each other. I will be sure to tell, well, in fact, you might want to go online and tag Karen Kleindens. I'm sure she would love hearing that remark. Is there anything else that you'd like to either ask us or share with us?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything, and it's nice to be interviewed so people get to know, what happens behind the scenes. It's not just a beautiful photo that is hanging there in a mat and at a gallery. There's substance to it, and there's a story behind every image as we create.
Thank you very, very much for participating. It was very interesting to me to hear you speak earlier about the significance of the suitcase and how you were protecting him. Because I don't know, I love it that it's open to interpretation, but that really gave me a whole different insight into the image.
I'm happy to hear that, because I've heard some negative comments from that image, like, is he alive? What's, I'm like, no, like, he's the most important thing. If I have to leave right away, it's him. Like, all the photography equipment and everything stays behind.
Right. Yeah, it's a whole different take on what some people have reacted to. And I'm sorry, I don't recall the title right now. What was the title?
Hear My Heart.
Okay, that should be a giveaway to some people. But thank you for further explaining.
Thank you.
So.